Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Hype Podcast. So, I've always wanted to do my own sports broadcasting, my own little sports radio show, and now that we have all these microphones and cameras and technology, I was like, let's just go do it. I'm ready to rock and roll. Today we have with us Jay Cotta Martin.
What's up? What's going on?
I called you Martin. My fault, man. And Ricky Husey. How we doing, guys?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about where is LeBron James going. Let's roll it. Okay, guys, welcome back. As you know, Ricky, you're a pretty big LeBron fan, right?
I'm like a 50-50 LeBron fan. I like him. He's definitely the best player in the world, but
You're a Wade guy.
I'm D-Wade all the way.
Miami Heat all day, baby.
100%.
So Ricky and I were huge Heat fans. Jay, what's your team?
What do you mean my team? Like
Your
my
NBA team.
My NBA team?
Yeah.
So I'm from New Jersey originally. So I've always liked the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, but they haven't been that really a good team.
Who is this?
The Brooklyn Nets?
I never heard of
Yeah, I figured.
Jay-Z owns that
Jay-Z owns them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I always grew up,
what
watching Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Richard Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? So I was always into that, but I know right now the league that I've always been watching. For some reason, never been there, but I love the Toronto Raptors. I just like their culture, their history, their background, and they had a pretty great team this season. But as far as stardom or like players, I like LeBron James. I respect him. But I also like Russell Westbrook, man. I just feel like he's a monster on the court.
He's a beast, for sure.
And he's a beast. So as far as like favorite players, I would have to say Russell Westbrook.
Okay. All right. Well, LeBron James is mine, without a shadow of a doubt. I've had many arguments and discussions on who is the GOAT. It's not a discussion really to me.
Yeah.
But I also love Kawhi Leonard. I think he's an awesome basketball player. But we're not going to get into that. Today is about LeBron James, the GOAT, the king, the man himself.
The man.
And where Decision 3.0 will take him. Now, as a Heat fan, we were part of Decision 1.0, which was
for sure.
Which was a phenomenal day. It was a phenomenal span. And then he left, and I was okay with that. But now, where's he going to go? So I think the hot choices are L.A., Boston, Houston. OKC's not coming in the mix, apparently. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of like a subtle, like you talk about it so much, like it seems like a crazy idea. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, okay, this might actually be a real thing.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat, they're in discussion. I think Miami doesn't think they have a chance. But to Vegas odds, they actually are the third most likely team to land him.
Yep.
Which I am beyond excited for.
I am and I'm not at the same time. Mainly because as a diehard Miami fan, I hated
Stop it.
the bandwagoners.
Oh, yes, 100%. It was bad. And I'm a Gator fan, so we deal with that as well. It's just the bandwagon. Bandwagon, it is what it is. But I get it. It was. I know it got to a point where the fan base in Miami was horrible. Like there was no appreciation for the fact that he was here. Like Cleveland, like I was like, dude, I would go back because of how much love they have for their basketball teams. And Boston teams. Oh my God, incredible!
No, exactly.
Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Oh my, I love it. I'm obsessed with their fan base.
Yeah,
it's incredible. I don't think there's anywhere else like that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like now, like especially with how the basketball and like the stardom now, like I think the fans are just attached to players more than
I agree.
Initial teams. Like
because
I said,
how much they keep moving.
And just like last year is when like I said, Russell Westbrook, I would always watch his highlights just because of the impact that he had on the game himself. I know his team, he didn't really have a lot of help, so it was mainly him scoring all the points, but he just had a remarkable season. The same with LeBron James, the same with Steph Curry. People who necessarily might not like basketball or their favorite sport is basketball, they still get amazed by these players and they get attached to these players more so than the team. So like what he said with the bandwagon, people who are fans of LeBron automatically jumped on the train for Miami because that's who was playing for.
I was like, I cheered for the Cleveland when the Heat were in, I was going for the Heat.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, I don't know who I'll go for if Miami gets there, because I want to see LeBron and his legacy do well. But I was like, that's my Heat, fam. But we didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I enjoy watching LeBron. Like you said, I think it's become, unless you're from a place like Boston, New York, Chicago.
Chicago.
Places like that, LA, where their fan base is just it's so strong.
Yeah.
Thick or thin, like no matter how bad or good they are, like you are. Philly too.
So that's what I'm saying. Philadelphia has a very strong
their team
fan
has
base.
been. I mean, the Eagles, Sixers, they were trash forever.
I know.
But those
Yeah.
fans, they were gun ho.
I mean,
and it's paid off.
I mean, especially Cleveland. Like Cleveland, I'm pretty sure before
I'm
two
surprised people
years
go to
ago.
the Browns game still. But
Yeah,
people still
before 2
continue to
years
show
ago,
up.
I'm pretty sure I don't know what the exact years on, but it was a long time before that city had a championship. So.
Yeah, when LeBron won.
Yeah,
that
before
was the
that-
first NBA championship.
Yeah,
for
and
them,
before that,
so.
I don't know when the last one was.
So where do you guys think he's going? Give me your top 3 teams, Jay. On obviously 1 being the most likely, 2 being the less, and 3 being the worst, and then we'll just.
I mean, I know, especially with the NBA, how it's structured, I would hate to see him go out west, mainly because, as we know, like the West is a powerhouse. The East has some great teams as well, but it definitely wouldn't be the same finals.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
The Western Conference Final would turn into
into the
NBA
finals, 'cause
finals.
it'd be-
Kind of like it was this year, honestly.
Yeah, because honestly, with the East, they have great teams, but the stardom and just the way the NBA is structured right now, the greatest teams are on the West, in my opinion. Especially with with the Houston Rockets, you have Golden State Warriors, you have the Spurs. So I really don't want to see. I really don't want him see him to go to the West. So I would say definitely top 3 for me would be Miami, Boston, or Philadelphia.
1, 2, 3, Miami.
I think
That's
I
my
want to see
boy.
him in Miami, and I think the reason why I think it would be number 1 choice is because he's already been there. He has a past relationship with the Miami Heat, and I think it would be a great fit for him. I think he has all the pieces he needs there. Boston will also be a great fit, so that's my second option.
Boston would be a phenomenal.
Yes,
fit.
it would.
Just because of based on coaching,
Exactly.
incredible.
So I don't know, maybe LeBron might look good in a green jersey. You know what I mean? So
That GE.
It's not gonna happen though.
yeah. So and then Philadelphia will be my third. I don't want to see him go to LA. LA is a possibility, but I wouldn't want to see him go out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't believe he's going out west. I believe he'll stay in the East just because if he goes to the West, everything that they're gonna say about him will probably destroy him. Just to try to get in the same conference as like Steph Curry or something like that. Because if he beats him early, then who's he playing in the East?
and that honestly could if he loses in the first round. I mean, that's gonna taint the legacy too.
Exactly. That's why if I was gonna have to pick 3 teams, honestly, the first team I think he's gonna pick is Philadelphia, just because they have Ben Simmons. I don't think he's gonna go to the Celtics because he's not gonna try to go bump back in with Kyrie Irving, unless they trade him maybe.
True that,
But
yeah.
if he went to Boston, it'd just be like the same thing over again. So I feel like he won't do that. So it'd be 76 would be number 1. I'm gonna choose Miami for number 2, just because he's already been there. He won 2 champions with them. D Wade, if he comes back this next season, he'll definitely that will play a big impact. And along with UD, and they're trying right now to trade for a draft pick, so that might be playing a part in it. I mean, I don't know too much on that aspect, but they.
Third team.
So yeah, the third team is Cavaliers, just because if
Stays at home.
because I mean the worst thing they can do is build a team around like what he already has. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade off, trying to grab some players from other teams to come to the East just because of I mean, if he goes out west, it's gonna be a monster. And I don't see OKC or Golden State. I don't see them breaking up anytime soon. So
Oh no, for sure not.
yeah, he's gonna have to build something.
There's a lot of things that are running around in my head. Emotionally, I don't think he should go to LA just because that's Kobe's legacy. And I feel like if he goes there, it's not your team, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Miami's a little bit different because he came and he dominated with Dwayne.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it was Dwayne's team, he was still kind of young. He hadn't really accomplished much.
Yeah.
But LA that was Kobe, right? That was Magic Johnson's team.
Yeah.
If you were came late, like that's Lonzo's team now, right? Like you're trying to come in and fill somebody else's shoes. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like LA.
Yeah.
They say it's a great fit, but I don't like it from like an emotional standpoint. Logically, it all makes sense, but emotionally, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I can't pick LA. I don't want LA. I don't mind Houston. I'm okay with Houston because I feel like that's kind of like him going to Miami.
Yeah.
James and Chris Paul's already there, but I could see that. Number 1, I'm gonna pick Miami. and I'm going off emotion. I'm not using any logic here.
You realize he hasn't talked to Pat Riley.
But here's the thing, though. Pat is business, and he didn't talk to Dan Gilbert when he went back to Cleveland. So Pat Riley is a godfather when it comes to basketball.
Sure.
Him and Pat's like, dude, we don't have to talk. I don't care. Just go play basketball. Let's go win some trophies, and let's go home. And I think LeBron thinks like that, too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there to have a buddy-buddy relationship. Sometimes you work better with people who you don't need to be best friends with. So I don't think that matters at all.
Yeah.
Because he's been there, because Dwayne Wade's been there, because of the team, I think there's a great fit there that a lot of people may be overlooking.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be a factor.
Yeah. Back to Boston, how you said, I think the same thing fits with LA. Like that Boston's been your nemesis forever.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna go play with them. I know that the team is that you had a nemesis with, but it's that brand.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just wouldn't. I don't like it. That's who you go up against every year. Is Boston or Indiana or Chicago, right?
Yeah.
That's been and now Golden State right in the conference finals. I would be okay with Philly. I like that. It's a bunch of young guys but they just fired their coach, didn't they?
Yeah, but they have Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but they've got a great young team. So I put probably them number 2. I don't know. It's between Cleveland or Houston for my number 3.
I mean, him playing with Harden would be crazy.
But I don't know how him and Harden would get along.
That's what I'm
Harden's
saying.
Lazy.
What I'm saying.
Both of them were kind of lazy on defense.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Well,
great.
I wouldn't say lazy. I've seen LeBron make some spectacular plays on defense.
But we watched the other night, and he was just.
I mean, my man had a broken hand, fam.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know how him and James would get along.
Yeah.
I'm iffy on that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I recently saw a photo between him and Jay-Z, so he might go to the Brooklyn Nets, baby.
I was about to say, what about Brooklyn?
Baby?
No, please
He
don't
might go to
do
New
that.
York and just chill over there.
Yeah, right?
The Knicks.
Oh, my God. That would be a disaster.
The Knicks.
I couldn't see
with
that.
Melo, yeah. Nah, but we were talking about that earlier, so, like, I know Melo don't play for the Knicks anymore, but possibly them hooking up, you know what I mean? What's your opinion on that?
Well, so that was gonna be. I was gonna actually mention that. So we kind of talked about him staying out of the West. So that's kind of why I don't want him to go to the West at all. I think it would be a bad idea. But if he does choose to go to the West, I think honestly OKC would be a phenomenal fit.
Oh yeah,
over
for sure.
Houston,
Westbrook,
because
baby.
Russell's kind of not like Kyrie. I think Kyrie's better in my opinion. Just he's more controlled.
Oh, controlled. Yeah, true.
Russell's reckless.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, because you need a guy that can pull it. But JR is the guy that pulls the trigger too.
I mean,
and
JR, I wouldn't compare him.
You can't
to
really
Westbrook,
compare the
though.
two, but I'm saying mentally wise, like they're crazy.
Especially
at
with,
least
you
one
know,
knows the
especially
right side of
with
the court.
And
yeah,
Paul
exactly.
George is already there.
True.
So you just show up, and they're talking about Carmelo coming off the bench, which I think Carmelo needs to come off the bench.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna
That'll do well for him.
Yeah.
So OKC is like literally creeping up to like this might be a good fit. I know it'll
OKC
be
might
in
be
the
great.
West.
Honestly, like, you know,
Bro, the Timberwolves might be a good pick.
No.
I don't know about the Timberwolves.
Dude, that's a young, good team. They've got Karl Towns.
They had to rely on Derrick Rose to get him out of the first round of the finals.
Yeah, but if LeBron's there, they're not gonna have to worry about that. I mean, he'll be
I don't know.
there to lead a Jimmy Butler or Karl Towns. What's the other guy from Cleveland? He came from Cleveland. Young kid, Andrew.
Andrew Wiggins. Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins. That's a young crew.
I don't. Yeah, but talking about young, I don't think LeBron wants to come in and try to rebuild a team right now.
That's true.
I think he wants to come into a well-oiled machine that he can just catapult. But I don't think. I think he's getting a little older, and he's realizing that. Especially with the Cavaliers, with all having them on his shoulders, I don't think he wants to go into another organization where he'd have to do that brand new start from scratch. So I think he wants to come into a team where they already have a legitimate,
So that's why
system
LA
going.
would be a bad fit. We talked about that last night.
Yeah.
Him and Paul George would go, and they talk about Kawhi being there, but you're going to take 3 random. It's the same thing you did in Miami. You're taking 3 superstars and trying to figure it out quickly with young guys. I don't like it.
Yeah, the thing with Miami though is when he went over, at least they had a solid bench that they had, and they had when they acquired Ray Allen, I think that was a big.
They had old veteran seasoned guys.
Yeah,
LA doesn't have.
They
that.
had good pockets to fill.
And that's why I like Miami right now. They are the reason why they perform so well in the playoffs. They lost to a really good Philly team because they are missing that star.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think if they would have had that star, they would have rolled over Boston. They would have, and that would have been it. They wouldn't have been any. If LeBron wouldn't have been there this year, that team would have been a lot more helpful against Golden State. They would have matched up well. Again, like you look at the players, like the teams, like who's on Miami? Forget that, right? It's all about matchups.
Yeah.
And Miami would have matched up well, I feel.
Yeah.
Just defensive wise, size wise, Any of those guys could have guarded KD. James Johnson.
Yeah, James Johnson definitely would have guarded Kevin Durant.
Gave him a run.
Yeah, he would have. I feel like he could have locked him down a little bit.
Howard Johnson could have locked down.
Yeah, because
He could have done his job.
We got
On
Gordon
Steph.
Dragic would have been on Curry. You would
You're
have had
right,
Wade
Gordon.
on Klay Thompson.
LeBron on whoever.
Oh, yeah,
Draymond. LeBron kind of just guards whoever is kind of getting hot for a moment.
Yeah.
So he's kind of irrelevant. Whiteside, he could have easily handled McGee. Tristan Thompson did his job though. So to me, I think Whiteside is just a better Tristan Thompson. If they utilized Whiteside better, he's a better Tristan Thompson. And Thompson did good. Thompson did his job as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, he got 23 points dropped on him the other night. So I mean,
Thompson did.
yeah. JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, he dropped 23. Nobody even knew because everybody had 23 that night.
That's what I'm doing. Golden State just now. Everyone puts up 20 and nobody even knows who.
Yeah.
Like who should be Finals
And,
MVP?
you
The
know,
entire team.
and what
should-
what Clay said last night was true because it's not even about the points. Their whole team is solid. Draymond Green could have 5, 5, 5, 5. Like you said, 5 and 5 categories. So blocks, steals, assists, rebounds.
he's like-
And
that's like scoring
That's
50.
exact like scoring 50 points because it just
you don't
makes
see it.
such a drastic change. But you don't realize that you're not keying in on that. But it does make a huge difference.
Absolutely. And again, like I don't think the Golden State, none of one of those guys will ever win MVP, ever. If they're together,
Yeah.
they're not going to be even in discussion for most valuable player.
Yeah,
But they don't care
they don't care. They're just getting
Yeah,
rings.
it's all about
baby.
the rings.
about the rings, baby.
That's
and
what
they know
KD.
that.
KD. That's his biggest move he made of his entire career was just.
I hate it.
Do you think they're gonna be able to three-peat next year?
God, I hope not.
I will
I'm
lose
so
it.
over it.
Yeah.
I respect it though. Like I told Jay, like, and people say this all the time. They built it. They built that, and I love it, but I hate it at the
Yeah.
same time
Yeah, 'cause
because I'm such a big LeBron fan. I want him to do so well, and I feel like this guy is just like literally facing the worst juggernaut.
Yeah,
he could
exactly.
possibly ever
And he
face.
doesn't have any help. Like he literally in this last Cavs team.
But Golden
it's the
State's
worst
so
Cavs team
good.
he
Like
brought
I
to the
don't.
finals.
You could literally go get every superstar that you want. I don't think Golden State's that good.
They
It's-
are
they're
that good, but honestly, I feel like with a good structured team,
Like I said, we talked about this last night.
yeah.
Houston matched up well. Like if you look at Houston, like how did Houston?
That's what I'm saying.
How
Houston.
did Houston do that? Because they match up well
Yeah.
against them. They've got big guys for defense. They've got the shooting power because James can shoot, Paul can shoot. They've got
Except
a
that
couple
last game. I don't know.
that
Yeah, for
was
sure.
20 missed threes in a row, or something like that.
Yeah. Sure.
But they've got that power. They've got that. They match up well.
Yeah.
When Cleveland was a kind of a grinder team, right? They wear you out on your defense. If you're not getting inside on them, you have to shoot on them. So their defense is literally.
You have to shoot on them, but
That's
against a shooting team.
Yeah, that's Golden State's bread and butter. It's like, all right, cool. That's what we do.
Yeah.
From half court, I got you.
Yeah, for real. I
Look
mean,
at Durant. Like
Yeah.
4 feet behind the 3-point. Said
Exactly.
eyes were closed. Just wet.
Yeah, he was pretty much on the sideline getting some Gatorade at that point.
Yeah, it was deflating to watch.
It was.
I
The win didn't feel. I don't even think.
was awkward
It didn't even look like they had a satisfying.
because the
feeling.
Western Conference Final they knew it was like, all right, we won, thank God. But it was just, I think because LeBron put so much out there, and it was just like by the time of the fourth quarter came, it was over, and
Yeah.
they knew that. They quit. They quit about the second quarter when they made like a little bit of run. Remember, you came over and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, it's close. And as soon as they pulled away from that, it was done. The juice was gone.
Talking about LeBron, the only thing that he's a great player and I respect him. It's kind of weird with the stigma that kind of that expectation. So it's like this man played incredibly well in these playoffs, and just because he lost or just because he didn't execute with his team, it's like they kind of downgrade his performance, which is one of the things I don't really like about.
We were talking about
the
that. If he
perspective on
puts
LeBron.
up 28,
Like
9,
people
and 10,
are like whatever.
Jared, like, I mean, he had an okay night.
Exactly.
But that's insane,
right?
And they were talking KD's best game was 43, 7, and 9
Yeah.
on the game 3.
Yeah.
That's an average Tuesday for Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just Brown just shows up, puts up 43. Like, I put up 40. Like if LeBron doesn't put up 50, I'm disappointed. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I'm saying. The
put up 61.
expectations, especially at his age, like people have to pick his 15th season. Like people have to take that into account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He
But
put up 50.
Isn't it 8 finals in a row? Or 8 finals in a row also? That way, he's pretty much played a whole extra season compared to the people that didn't play in the playoffs
exactly.
those years.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All those
that's-
extra games.
Yeah.
That's true. So he's probably played like 17 seasons.
Yeah,
Probably.
exactly, right?
Combination
You know
of
what I mean? That was a lot of games.
8
Especially
NBA
like
finals in a row.
2-3 years ago, all the games went to game 7 almost.
Yeah.
So that's like, You know how many extra games those finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of went to Game 7.
So basically, what we came to the conclusion, he's going to the Nets, baby. That's
Oh
right.
my gosh.
That's
What's your
right,
final
baby.
conclusion?
Brooklyn back in the house.
I don't even know who's over there. Jeremy Lin, like
That's true. My man Jay Lynn's over there.
Yo, he had a hot spark like 3
That
years ago.
Linsanity.
Oh, Linsanity.
Nothing.
That
It was
guy's
a lot
killing
longer
me.
than 2 years
What's your
ago.
final? What's your final take, Ricky? Let me hear it.
like
he
where
going?
is he going?
Where's he going? Go.
Miami.
Miami,
Let's
baby.
go.
Hey, LeBron, come back home, baby. We'll accept
taking his
it.
talents.
He's coming home.
He's
coming home. Tell the world, Bron, you're coming. Let's shut it down, guys. Make sure you love him to your left.
And to your right.
And as always,
Have a good night.
that was wicked, bro. I fucking love it. You like it, bro?